Hello, everybody. We are going to talk today about the upcoming full moon in Virgo that is going to be taking place on March 18th, 2022. It is in the earthy, feminine, maiden, mutable sign of Virgo, which will be coming into its full culmination at 3:18 on Friday, the 18th. Adjust that to where your location is. For some, it could be happening a little bit earlier, I do believe on the 17th. So welcome, I'm Lady Virgo, and I am going to share my interpretation of what I feel coming into fruition, into this full culmination of the full moon in Virgo. And so welcome to my channel, and let's just go right into it. I first wanted to say, as we are finishing up Pisces season, the full moon is always an illumination of where the sun is. So the sun is currently going to be still in the sign of Pisces, where it will later on the 20th move into the fiery sign of Aries. But for now, we have the sun illuminating the moon, right? The moon is receptive. The sun being in a water sign, that is also feminine as well, but sun kind of represents the vitality, the solar plexus energy, our self-worth. And so with it being shining upon this full moon in Virgo, it's about our everyday life. It's about our service to ourselves and to humanity and the planet. It's also to do with pets. It's about health. It's about healing. And it is coming into this grand trine with two other earth signs and two other planets, which is going to be, I'll show you in the chart, but it's going to be really a harmonious energy asking us to learn from the past, how we can embody going in our present and into the next steps forward, going into service, how we can integrate that, embody that, be the crone, be the wise one that's learned from the past, a lot of rejection, shame, abandonment, betrayals that we've been processing, hopefully, to really just allow it to flow through you, releasing it, and then how we can embody that through our wisdom, through the, as you see, the Hermit card represents Virgo. So the Hermit card to me and the Virgo energy to me is when we've went into our inner prayer closet, so to speak. We've done some processing, maybe we've done some writing, perhaps communicating with ourselves and others on these things that we've, overcame in our life, and who we are embodying it, right? With the lantern there, how we can allow that light, that beacon of light, to carry us forward in our day-to-day service, in our life, in our healing process, to be dutiful and to be really practical on how we can integrate our spiritual essence, our lessons learned, our blessings, to really allow ourselves to walk forward into that, to be abundant and fruitful, to feel connected not only within our bodies, but also with nature, and allowing ourselves to just be that wise woman, that in service, as a spiritual being, having a human experience. So I think it's a beautiful time, a beautiful culmination, a beautiful time for you to allow your manifestations to really come into fruition with yourself on your journey, and to be able to carry that forward. I just feel an energy of sacred circles, of the sacred feminine, and getting back in tune with the drumming, surrounding ourselves around campfires, allowing ourselves to dance, allowing ourselves to enjoy the wisdom that we can actually carry forward when we've allowed the dark things, the betrayals, the rejections, to not wound us, to not define who we are, right? So here is the main thing right now I'm feeling is to not allow yourself to be defined by your past, whether it be this lifetime or the next, or past lives even, right? Ancestral stuff, not allowing that baggage, removing the weight off your shoulders, right? The weight of the world on your shoulders, so to speak. And really allowing, Virgo energy rules the nervous system and the digestive tract. So really allowing and trusting your Pisces spiritual guidance, your empathetic guidance in your gut to guide you, listening to your body on what you're resisting or rejecting, listening to your body on what you would like to partake in for health and healing, feeling a lot of essential oils, natural healing, Reiki would be beneficial, massage would be helpful, and definitely what we take in our mouths and what we're eating. So appetites and what food our body's wanting and in each present moment, whatever it may be. So I'm feeling this just very optimistic, spiritual embodiment that we have an opportunity with us if we work with the energy to be our own authority, to take accountability over our bodies, our health, our well-being, and not to be so overly critical. A very Virgo energy on the low of being waiting for the perfection, but not expecting, releasing that and not expecting anything to be perfect. Allowing our wisdom, our spiritual essence, allowing our life lessons to walk forward in service. And how we do that is accepting that perfection is really, truly only progress within ourselves. Don't strive to be, on the lower aspect of Virgo, don't strive for perfection. There's no such thing until we go back to spirit in our perfection, in our wholeness, but allowing all of the things that we've processed and are tapping into our own innate divinity and taking that wisdom forward. And that is truly perfection in what it should be utilized as. So I'm going to just pull a card. The first anchor card I'm going to share before I do the Sabian symbol for this full moon that's happening at 27 degrees, 40 minutes of Virgo. So that last decan of Virgo energy is really just a finalization, right, of the wisdom, the lessons, and how we can turn that into a blessing within us, to not be overcritical with ourselves and others, and to go forward the best that we can with that wise energy of the Crone, after sitting in the hermit mode, right, in that contemplation and reflection, and really allowing that light, that lantern within you to take you forward in the service here on the earth plane. So we are going to draw a divine feminine oracle, and I don't normally draw from this deck, although I love the deck, but I love to go in depth with the goddess in these, so much so, and I'm not quite a fan of the book, but how I'm going to utilize this for the Virgo full moon is just pulling a feminine archetype. And then I think I'll allow you, if you want to research more about the goddess that we get, to go ahead and research that on your own. God, creator, source of the universe, we are here today to share the energy of inspiration for the full moon in Virgo. And we just ask that we have clear communication come through myself, through spirit, to encourage and enlighten all those who tune in to listen, and we give thanks in advance. And so it is. So the overall energy, as we are asked to be practical with the Virgo energy on how we've integrated you know, Pisces season per se, how we've broke free from confusion, perhaps the opportunity that we may have taken to not escape from our deep feels, to really trust that belly, that intuition, and to allow our dreams to manifest. An allowance of seeing through with a, you know, third eye, trusting our heart with discernment on seeing through deception and not being confused or dominated over by any outside of authority. So the overall energy for the Virgo full moon segment, the red lady. Hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm familiar with her, but not much. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving a voice to it. I say this so much on my channel of do not suppress any of feelings and emotions. Anger is oftentimes just a frustration. And so how we can channel that is in healthy ways. Turn your anger, your feelings of rejection, abandonment, betrayal. We have the South Node in Scorpio, and a lot of people are releasing that. I mean, that's, I believe, why we're seeing, part of the reason why we're seeing such an uptick of the collective consciousness where there's wounds coming up. They haven't dealt with their inner wounds yet. Channeling your anger into a healthy matter. First, by releasing it. Second, this is also asking, I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving a voice to it. So first of all, speaking, and that's huge with this full moon in Virgo because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, but Virgo we're speaking about right now. Communication, writing, blogging, journaling, speaking to somebody that you trust on what you've been processing, allowing that fire to fuel you. We've all been betrayed. We've all had anger come up. How have you handled that? Have you processed it to become the wise woman or man that you are and carry forth wisdom from life lessons? If so, channeling anger can turn it into passion. One of my old wounds that I've been processing is never having felt heard by people who I've been around in my life. And so this channel and me communicating is one of my ways to channel that. Now, I'm not angry now, but how I've released that anger is through a healthy way. I mean, and there was also days where, you know what, sometimes punch a punching bag or go outside and scream. Don't suppress anything. Listen to your body. Allow that quiet time like the hermit you see behind me. If you need the inner quiet time to process things, so be it. But always search for that light within you. And the blessings and lessons on how you can take that forward is through being of service. First to yourself and then to others. So beautiful, beautiful. We're going to go into the Sabian symbol before we draw a few more cards. I love it. The red lady. Root chakra. That's huge coming up as well. So get grounded. You know, we are coming out of Pisces season where it can make you a little bit lofty. But getting grounded with this red energy here, root chakra, releasing fear, releasing resentment, feeling safe in your body, trusting your beautiful maiden body to guide you on what you need to do and how to channel that, to feel safe in your body, to release any fears, to really, I love this too as well, because this is our asking us to lead by our strength and this huge realization of just how very powerful we are. So the Sabian symbol is going to be red for 28 degrees because when it is past 30 some minutes in any degree, we round up. So this is from my Diane Rosh Sabian symbol book that is in the matrix. Won't be able to hold that up, sorry. 28 degrees of Virgo. A bald-headed man. The key word is dominance. And so I feel with this Virgo full moon, we're being asked to be our own inner authority, to not be dominated by outside people, outside structures, outside authority, but to learn to hold our own authority, our own strength within ourselves. We are the lamp that you see there, right? The lantern being led by that spiritual essence going forward in service on a practical level. So the power of personality. This same symbol speaks to the futility of trying to judge the value or power of things and people by a title or superficial appearance. So reminder with the Virgo energy, if you have a lot of strong energy of Virgo in your chart, don't be such a perfectionist and so anal about everything, because if you're striving to do that, you're going to leave yourself frustrated. The necessity that each individual do more than simply look good or fill a chair at the table of life. So it's asking us to get over the superficiality. The image of the bald-headed man was described in the 1931 mimeograph version of the Sabian symbols as the bald-headed man in uniform, completely dominating an assembly of men. So no inner authority expressed there. It was dominating, like we're seeing in the world, this domination, this hierarchy of trying to dominate over everybody else, thinking that they are more powerful than their diplomat. Scientist and industrialist. The suggestion, let me go back here. Sorry about that. I digress. So this version of the Sabian symbol as a bald-headed man in uniform, completely dominating an assembly of men, diplomats, scientists, or industrialists. The suggestion there was that despite the semblance of importance standing in the world, outer rank is no match against the inner. So this is asking us again to be your own inner authority. Don't allow other people to dominate over top of you, because it drives power in the world. Outer rank is no match against the inner and driving power of a real personality who can create broad opportunities for enriching the lives of all people. Whoa, look what's going on right now. This warring, this competition, this fight for dominance over top of others, right? These Sabian symbols blow my doors off every time, because astrology is a pattern, it's a cycle. And with awareness and with our education on cycles, we can better arm ourselves to be the powerhouses that we are, to not be dominated over, but to be your own authority. So on the positive, at this highest, at 27 degrees, 40 minutes, which we are on 28 degrees of the Sabian symbol, is at its highest, this symbol represents genuine and universally recognized and respected authority and exceptional self-mastery. On the low aspect of this, it is highly ingenious but perverse obsession with manipulating and dominating the lives of others. Can't make this shit up, right? The ascent is on the power of your personality. The challenge is in finding a proper balance between being too heavy-handed or too soft in dealing with others. Be your own inner authority. Speak your truth when you need to speak your truth. It ain't about my truth, your truth, but taking inner authority over yourself, knowing your truth because it's in the heart. That is the way for you. Don't allowing yourself to be a doormat. The opportunity with this full moon in Virgo is your greatest advantage lies in compelling respect by demonstrating self-mastery. Think before you act, and emotional matters when emotional matters are involved. Now, if you listened to my message last week, I said this is not a time to be emotionally charged with taking sides because what we have going on right now, and I'm going to say this for anybody who tunes in to listen, you know, in the future, 2022, right now, we've dealt with the CV thing, if you look it up, where they shut the whole world down, and now we're dealing with the Ukraine-Russia thing. It's one fear-mongering thing, a few people trying to dominate the rest of the majority of us. And so now is the time to grab your inner authority, go into the hermit mode if you haven't already. Seek the kingdom within you, that light that you have, and allow it to be a freaking powerhouse for your everyday practical life. And that's how you take your power and your own inner authority into its full manifestation. So the stepping stones are authority, dominance, attainment, accomplishment, power, control, mastery, command, overshadowing, self-control, maturity, charisma, and personality. So that is the Sabian symbol for the full moon. And I think that's just huge. It's perfect as always. So on the very high aspect, you know, being your own inner authority, being practical, not acting out of highly charged emotions, channel your anger into a passion. Don't allow the outer world to suck you into the delusions, the illusions, the deception, the betrayal. Anything else I want to share on that? No, but I do want to share my screen and show you the chart real quick. And we are going to, oh, I don't like when it drops down. Give me 1 second here. It likes to do that. Come on, don't. I can't find my tab if you keep dropping down, Zoom. Nope, that's not it. Sorry. Working with technology today. Okay, there it is. Full moon in Virgo. So the grand trine that I was speaking about was between Pluto in an earth sign of Capricorn, where we are asking to transform. This is a transformational planet. Pluto is a death, a rebirth, a transformation. On the low aspect of that, you know, we're seeing the dominating people, the people trying to dominate over top of another, the warring for, you know, bullshit. And the North Node in Taurus, another sign. So the trine is the green here, if you guys can see that, where we have the moon up here by herself in the feminine water or feminine earth energy, mutable, be open, be adaptable. I think it's going to be quite emotional because, you know, it goes from Cancer to Leo to Virgo. And so I'm coming to you today on, what is the date today? I'm about a week ahead here. The moon will be moving through Cancer, so it's going to be an emotional weekend, I do believe. And then it'll move into Leo and then into Virgo. And then this is taking place at 3:18 a.m. on the 18th of March. But this green line is the trine. And the trines are usually harmonious, but it's really, they're speaking with each other because it's wanting us to head towards this north node, which is a collective energy right now in Taurus, where there's a lot of change within our physical bodies. Also the planet, lightning fast changes, you know, the rebellious type of energy. This north node being in the trine here, speaking with the moon and Pluto in Capricorn, all earth signs. So embodying it, being practical, letting go of betrayals, not allowing the structures of the world to dominate over top of you, to allow it to transform you, to be open and receptive on how you trust your body, trust your intuition, especially with this sun, right? It's in a lineup with Neptune, its home planet, and Jupiter, which is the ancient ruler of it. So intuition, you know, spiritual antennas up, listening, being open and receptive to your gut, trusting that more than ever, being your own inner authority, and heading towards this north node in Taurus about values. What do you value? Resources and food, right, as well. So paying attention to that. What are you taking in? Your mind, body, spirit. What food are you taking in? Trust your body, trust your intuition, allowing all of that transformation with the Pluto energy of releasing those betrayals, releasing any wounds, releasing abandonment, shame, rejection. Now is the time to embody that with this full moon being illuminated by the beautiful Pisces sun. Well, then after the 18th, the sun will move into Aries, right? With the spring or fall, winter equinox, depending on which hemisphere you're in. So really doing a reflection on your spiritual lessons, what you've learned and how you can take that forward. Focusing on maybe natural healing, whether it be teas, herbs, vitamins, supplements, meditation, getting out on the ground, you know, with all of that earth energy. It's really speaking to the body and the incarnation that we're living right now, presently, in a practical way. Is there any fire in the sky? There's no, well, we do have Chiron in Aries. So the wounded healer is the only fire energy that we have at the time of this full moon before the sun transits into that fire sign. So bring forth a passion. You know, the fire energy can burn and like the Pluto energy, burn, destroy, but it also can fuel a passion within you to do something in service every day, so that you can, you know, embody that and take that wise woman forward. So let's draw another one from my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. Powerful. I think it's going to be a really beautiful opportunity with this full moon to go forward. Ace of Wands, spark, telling me your creative energy is supported right now. Many of you through Pisces season are maybe going to come into this aha moment with the full moon culmination in Virgo of, this is my passion. I won't be held back by my past. I'm going to embody it. I'm going to be that ace, and I'm going to master my passion that may have been transformed with that fire energy. Perfect. Take it forward, doing something new. Maybe it's of being in service to others, of some sort of healing modality. I know I'm taking a spiritual counseling course myself this weekend, and I'm super excited about it. We need more of the healers, the wise crones, the ancient ones, the shamans to come forward at this time. None of us got to the spaces of wisdom that we may be or are supported to be in and walk in right now than with having easy lives, or, you know, having no conflict. A lot of us have came from that. So allow it to fuel a passion. Start a YouTube channel. Reach out to somebody that you want to communicate with. Share some wisdom on things you're learning, things you're growing from. Go to a psychic, go to a medium. You are one yourself. Maybe think about how you can be more in tune with that through strengthening that spiritual muscle through meditation or however it is maybe for you. A great time to do that. And we have the Magician. Card 1, Uno creation, manifestation tools. So here we go. Embodying it. Definitely coming out of gaining all that wisdom in the wise one after being maybe in your hermit mode, or maybe during this time you're wanting to go into that hermit mode. I don't know, but really allowing that. I think I said it at the beginning of the video about really a lot of people who have done their inner work and have planted their seeds and have been doing the layers of healing, releasing all of those dense energies like shame, rejection, betrayal, are really going to start seeing full-on manifestations starting to take place, whether it be physically, whether it be just, you becoming that own inner authority and taking power over your power, and then starting the fruits of that by that ace, right? Mastering your creation, knowing your creation, and then manifesting it. I think a lot of us are going to start over the past 2 years anyway. We've had a lot of people changing paths because they're trusting their guts and trusting their intuition to perhaps move on to things that they've never moved on, thought in a million years they would be doing. So take the opportunity to do that. Great time with this full moon in Virgo. Just beautiful. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Wow, isn't she beautiful? Ain't that beautiful? It's like a staff. Repairing the veil. So the veil that we've all been in, where we've allowed outside authority to dictate, dominate over top of us. I know you can't see these as well as you can other times, but just realize that you are that powerhouse. Once you remove the scales from your third eye, allowing your ancient wisdom to come through, you really do have the opportunity to be that master manifester, co-creator. We've all been hijacked, we've all been betrayed, and we've all felt rejection. And so don't live there anymore, and allow the optimism within yourself. Take that Virgo energy of feeling like, because on the low aspect, it can be critical or a perfectionist. Don't beat yourself up. Surrender. Sometimes we have to surrender and go. Forgiveness is at the bottom of this card. How we do that? I forgive myself for not knowing any better. I might have been betrayed. I might have been fooled before in the past. I may have felt rejected, but I am never putting myself into that position again. Like the book said with the Sabian symbol, knowing when to draw the line. I always say this, even Yeshua flipped a damn table. So don't be a pushover. And also a reminder too, with this Virgo energy, you can't fix others and you can't fix the world, but you can fix yourself by releasing that veil of perfection and having an understanding that our life is a gift, and that by walking forward with that awareness is the true perfection, because progress is perfection. I love it. Starts with forgiveness. Be the powerhouse that you are. Be guided by your own light and your own authority within yourself right now. Give thanks for not being deceived. And if you were deceived and you are still allowing yourself to be deceived by what we're seeing take place, step back into the hermit mode. I just want to let you see his staff. It's beautiful. Step back in that, perhaps that hermit mode. Be still and allow your own inner authority to take you forward in an everyday practical life. And I almost forgot, got to do an I am affirmation. One card to finish this video up for the full moon. I am loved. I am loved. So much thanks for you. Give it a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope that you are being the master manifester in your own inner authority. And if you haven't, maybe this is just the message for you today. Shalom, shalom. Blessed full moon in the beautiful sign of Virgo. Till the next time, Lady Virgo.